What's up, everybody? We are back with some more Modern. I hope you guys have enjoyed some of the other stuff we've been doing on the channel. We had some Nadu adventures on there. We were able to put up our vintage or cube draft. We've been sprinkling in some shorts related to it in case you wanted to see just like a pack one, pick one, and what the booster packs look like. We've been putting those up for shorts, but we did a full on draft. It was like an hour because we decided to do it a little bit different because we ended up doing 20 card packs instead of the traditional 15. So adding a little bit of added, shenanigans in that regard. So hope you guys enjoyed that stuff. We also have, of course, a little bit of a history or different video besides just the commentary, but we do, of course, continue to have the commentary because I'm having a blast being able to talk to you all about Modern, even though there is everybody's mind on the bird. This time we have no bird in the match. Now it is a little bit of a glare, and I apologize, but we are trying our new setup here. So we get the kind of like occasional table bumps and stuff like that. But for the most part, it is a much more consistent, stable stream. Now we do have a way to fix the glare going forward. We know kind of where we have to set up the camera and do stuff, but we wanted to kind of go and test out the new stream setup with this kind of more stable, if you will, camera angle. So we've got Boros Energy versus Eldrazi Tron. Now these are two decks that have kind of risen up, that Modern Horizons 3 era of things, but will be kind of pillars of the Modern format going forward post Nadu ban, right? We kind of know how the ban will affect the Modern meta in that regard of saying, okay, well, Energy, this fast-paced, aggressive deck is one of those ways to do it. Basically, there's two very aggressive decks in Modern. There is the Boros Energy or Mardu Energy, basically an energy deck, and then there is also the Prowess decks. Boros Energy is more of a go wide. I'm going to swarm, have a bunch of tokens, utilize a Johnny to help me close out games, where the Boros Energy, where the Prowess is much more explosive, piercing, single creature, right? Those are kind of our setups for there. On the other side, we have the Eldrazi Tron list, which is, if you've seen the old school traditional versions of Tron, it's similar to that in that it's a big mana deck. It utilizes Karn to help you become an artifact toolbox deck that pulls cards from its sideboard and be able to play them during the game. But it's also got this twist with Eldrazi, right? You've got kind of the big Eldrazi in there to kind of help you out. You've also got some players that are doing kind of the old school traditional, hey, let's run Thought-Knot Seers in ours just to kind of help get some disruption added in there, get some, additional power here. But this is the big reason why we can get away with that is this new Eldrazi land here. We can kind of imprint a card, help generate 2 mana. We are imprinting all this dust, and then you can, of course, bring it back. Now, we do see Thought-Knot Seer come out. We cannot see the cards. They're too glared out. I know, guys. We'll find out what they are. Don't worry. Just give us a second, and we'll be able to see what gets taken here because the cards will get moved away. So something annoying gets stripped away. We missed out what it is, but it looks like we got a Bolt. We've got our Exile effect and an Amped Raptor here. Now, our Boros Energy player was in the area, played in the Modern event for the week, and has a very, very pretty foiled out deck. It was cool to be able to see. And look at that energy token that he's using too. Shout out to anyone that uses Pokemon Energy as your energy tokens when you play this game. There's the Amp Raptor. Great. Even some Prowess lists have been running it. We've talked about it. You're going to kind of cascade, essentially, into a card, and then you get to be able to spend your energy to play that card. It's not quite cascade, but, cascade with an asterisk. How about a second Mirror Breaker? All right, there's the Prism. the exile effect, get some energy, and then it's got the vanishing, right? Or the phase counter you're going to have to sack unless you pay 1 energy. That's why I call it vanishing, right? It says these 2 just entered. Let's send these across for 5. Johnny and the 2 cats. Now, Johnny is the main, like, I can close out the games and kill you off of this. We see the colored token being the, like that, like pinkish sleeve there is our energy or our treasure token, but. All right, so the main thing for our Tron player is to be able to generate enough mana, get the All Is Dust, and be able to play the All Is Dust, because the longer things stick around with the Johnny, the worse things are going to get. Plus, we've got those lovely little sagas building up that are about to flip into creatures. All right, 7 mana here. No, not 7 mana. No, power plant, mine, tower, yes. I still feel like we got to get the All Is Dust back, but we don't. So we pass turn here. We've got some responses here, right? Where our goal is to kind of fight over things. We've got our Dismember in hand. All right, let's discard, draw cards. Of course, we're doing that off of our saga over there, flipping up to stage 2.
Oh, sorry. No, okay. I thought he did. I was going,
It says, swing like so. 9 power coming across. Ooh, okay, so we're going to try to dismember a Johnny. It says, in response, I will bolt this Kozilek's command in response.
I'll make the 2 guys and then attempt to get
Make 2 guys and attempt to exile.
Alright, that's fine. So this dies, 6. Take 6 down to 2. I guess you had to pay that, right? You have sorry. No, you're fine. Second main.
So that's why we didn't opt for the All Is Dust back, because we had to sit here and utilize our mana to destroy things and fight over the Ajani. Ocelot Pride coming out. I like the art for that one. Oh, and he says, I misplayed this. Here's my Guide of Souls. I should have done this in the opposite order, because you want to be able to generate energy. Now, Guide of Souls is MVP in lists. If you're talking about being able to utilize this go wide energy stuff, you are going to be sitting here and dumping your energy to put +1 counters on things and give them flying. But yeah, nothing can get done there, so we are stuck. Go to game 2. But yeah, so we were stuck with 2 Urza mines. That's why not power plant and mine. 2 Urza mines and a tower. So it's like, well, I don't have the mana to be able to cast what I need. So all right, let's see what game 2 looks like post board, how things are set up. We get a mulligan down to 6 and Devour of Destiny. So we're going to be revealing it to now look at our top 5. We're going to pick one thing, put it on top, and put the others into exile. So kind of that difference from old school where you're cycling your stars and your spheres. Now you get to do things like this.
No. You just put the top. You revealed this. Sorry.
All right, they were joking and said, "Do you?" Well, not joking. They were figuring it out. Hey, is this a? How does this work? Do I have to gotta reveal it? Yes, you have to reveal it. But we do see the map coming out here.
I'm a cheater.
All right. There's a Guide of Souls coming out initially. So whenever another creature you control enters, get an energy, gain some life. It costs 3 energy to be able to get the +1 counters. And you put 2 +1 counters on a creature and give it flying. But Amped Raptor is going to be our choice here.
Because I get the energy from
that and that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Alright.
Aether Hub giving us energy. Amped Raptor. And we get a nice little Oscillate Pride coming out from that.
Gain a life.
Gain a life. Get an energy.
Move combat.
Combat.
3 energy.
Let's turn that Guide of Souls into a flying powerhouse now.
Move to end step. Okay. Trigger good.
All right, now we've got the tower helping us out, so we can be able to get up to our 3 Tron lands that we need. Get up to the 7 mana.
Tight, dude. I like how it's like so synergistic.
Yep.
It's just like the Natty deck. I was playing against him and I was like, dude, everything does the same thing.
Yep.
Like it just goes together so well.
Until you get all his dust in here in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, let's see. Will we get in all his dust to help us? I mean, that's the biggest thing to help you in this matchup, right? Your number 1 card you're looking for is all his dust.
I cast this target Devourer. Or this.
Devour of Destiny is pretty nice, though, because you get to get rid of the Guide of Souls. So you don't have to worry about it for a little bit, right? It does exile it. It's a 6/6. So now you've got a body, a blocker. And really getting rid of that is nice because you're sitting here, what, a 2/1 with first strike. Got the cats, like, it's not as impactful or important now with what's on the board, but we'll see. 3 mana.
Is this just whenever?
All right, double checking, confirming. Hey, is this continue to do this or just when you play it? Just when you get to play it.
I'm gonna cast Amp Raptor.
Amp Raptor's coming out here.
Cast Damping Sphere.
Okay, that's a good thing to be able to utilize. Dampening Sphere. That's cute that you've got all those Tron lands. It'd be a shame if
Land for turn.
somebody were to make them only produce 1 mana. So your 1 + 1 + 1 does not equal 7. What do you guys think of the new Tron list? Have you played against it? Have you piloted it? Do you feel like this is more fun, more enjoyable, better than the old version? All right. Well, 4 mana is just enough to be able to do Thought Knot Seer. And what's nice is you get to exile the card. So Flage that was sitting in the hand, we don't have to worry about that coming back from the graveyard and escaping. We can be able to get rid of it.
Another Elegant Parlor.
This deck is cool. I need your Bowmasters on sale. Add it to the total. Oh, I missed all of them. Yeah.
All right, we're building up a lot here.
Cool shit, and it looks nice. So, I know it's cool. Wait till you see the Johnnies. These fucking tight. Oh, this shit. Oh, my bad.
I will leave this on top.
All right, more Surveyor lands helping to set things up here. Here's an Ajani. The other scary thing that we got to be worried about, because once it flips, that's where things get crazy. But the fact that you pay 2 mana, you get 2 creatures. You get a 1/2 and a 2/1 off of him. And then whenever another cats die, you get to transform it.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Combat.
Yep.
I will attack for.
Oh, is he a lord?
Attack for 1. No. Okay.
All right.
So
Just swing in for 1. One little measly damage.
160. Okay, yeah.
So really, where it's like this chip damage of just, oh, here's one, here's one, here's one, you're fine, right? You want to eventually you're gonna have to react and deal with it, but like for the time being, you could just be like,
Create a 1/1 cat.
okay, fine.
So the way this works is create
Oh,
a
because
1/1
you'll
cat.
have a send at the same time it comes in.
No, I have a send already.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, all
1,
right.
2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, we have a the city's
So I
blessing,
get another. So I get.
so we
1
get to
1
get
cat,
more
and I
cats
get another
here
one from this ability.
Yep.
because of the Oscillate
Cats on the
Pride,
battlefield earlier, I get another one.
all right? Because
Yep.
the way that works out is, Oscillate Pride is, let me make sure I'm pronouncing it. Beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, then you get to create a 1/1 cat. If you have City's Blessing, for each token you control that entered the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. Now, he didn't gain life.
Oh, okay. He requires game left. Okay, I got you.
He doesn't get the first one. But because a Johnny entered and made a 1/1 cat, we have City's Blessing, so then we get to make another cat. It's like a weird little loop, jump around, and not have to worry about it.
Sucks. I want to block you guys, but I don't want to block you. I'll just play another one. Yep. So,
All right, Thought Not Seer coming out. We've got a bunch of lands, so we're not worried about that. But we're building up a scary board state here of big Eldrazi. The problem is, eventually, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 damage on board. Are we swung with everything? Guide of Souls. Uh-oh. All right. So now we're pivoting into that pure strategy that the deck can be able to do. So that means that the more energy we start building up off of creating these cats, gaining life, it'll be good. Now, we're not gaining life yet. We have not had a cat enter.
Combat. 5.
But let's swing with
When they
these.
attack you, you have to do Monday attack?
Yep, and I only have 2 energy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's, I only have 2 energy, so I cannot make anything really crazy.
So I'll die.
Holy shit, that looks tiny.
Oh, so he does the block, so they'll die. He says, okay, I'll flip to a Johnny. 0, I'm going to make another cat, and now
Any target.
I'm going to deal damage to any target. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Trigger.
creatures, triggers,
I'll deal 5 to you.
Okay.
gain a life, deal 5,
To end step. I'll
end step. Let's make 2
since I
cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, still have City's Blessing. Okay.
2 of these.
So 2 cats, 2 more life, 2 more energy, and this is where the deck is really shining. This is the stuff that you really want to be able to see. Is this that, like,
2 more life.
you know, look at this power.
3 life. You're right. Sorry. This math is hard sometimes.
No, you're good. If I'm bothering you by talking, you can just tell me.
No, you're good. I'd rather.
Yeah, and now it's like there's enough cats in the way that if you go, all right, I'll swing out and try to kill a Johnny, is like, all right, here's my tokens that'll jump in the way, no problem, and then I swing in and try to kill you next turn, and then utilize a Johnny's 0 ability. The fact that it's a 0, make a cat, deal damage, is so good in this deck, and that's the kind of like wrap up there. I guess it's like, do you buy time as long, like buy more time until,
I got one big spell out.
you know,
I needed to.
I don't know. It's this weird position because the longer the game goes on, you would think, oh, it's favoring the Tron player, but the fact that they can't generate all the mana that they need means that, oh, they now just have to be at the reliance of their, of course, opponent building up even more energy. So very, very tough. Very cool matchup there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's going to do it for us here today. Thanks so much for tuning and watching, and I'll see you all next game.